slip away. Oh, you were born for this. Oh, you've got a lot to give.
Hello from Washington State. I am super excited to be here. I left my parents this morning. It was quite snowy there and quite cold. And it did not take long after crossing the border before I am snow-free. I don't expect it to stay like this the entire drive, but within a few days, I will have winter long behind me. I'm super excited about it. I had absolutely no hassle at the border, as is usual for me. I have a history of crossing the border back and forth and never overstaying my welcome and never having any problems. So I think it helps to get a little easier every time. So today is day one of a 10-day drive from Canada down to Quartzsite, Arizona. The route I've planned is around 2,600 kilometers. So I have to do about 3 to 5 hours of driving each day. Today's goal is to get to Spokane, where I'm going to be going to Trader Joe's and Costco and just supplying for the road, getting some food, because you can't bring any fresh food or anything like that over the border, or at least I don't at all, because I don't want to deal with what I can bring, what I can't bring, and it's better just to have nothing. It makes entry way easier. And so once I'm done my shopping down in Spokane, I will be sharing that grocery haul with you. I'm very excited about that. I'm actually going to be sharing a lot with you on this trip, a lot of details about my route, how I make my plans, how my normal day-to-day on the road goes, places I go hiking, choosing camp meals, all those types of things. And I'm also going to talk about just some different aspects of van life, like water, showers, different stoves I use, those types of things as they come up, because this 10-day drive, I'm going to be doing daily vlogs. That's right. Every day for 10 days, you're going to get a short video, one for each day of the drive. I had a lot of positive feedback when I shared my Sayward paddle route as a 6-day series, which that was a 6-day trip. And so, yeah, I thought that would be a really fun way to share this adventure, just share a bit more of the raw and unfiltered aspect of life on the road. But with that said, I should get driving. I would like to at least get to Spokane before dark. I had a slow morning today. But yes, please hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell, and come along with me for this adventure. These kind of days are honestly perfect for covering ground. The weather's not bad. I'm not having to drive in a storm. The road is mostly pretty clear, but the weather is also not good. So I'm not tempted to get out and dilly-dally and go for hikes. What I want most is actually to be in my van driving, and the roads are quiet. So I'm pretty stoked on that. This is a route from Canada to Spokane I have not taken before. I intentionally went a different route than the last time I drove from Canada to Spokane, just so I could see something different, you know? If I'm going to be driving around all over the place, it is really fun to go on new roads. That said, I do have some favorite roads along this trip down to Arizona. Trader Joe's was a great success, and then I drove across town, honestly a little out of the way, to Costco. And I've parked in a neighboring lot so that there's grass. That way I can let Frank out to pee. I got a few things at Costco, but the reason I actually came here is because Frank loves these like dented shoes. And it's like by far the most affordable way to get them is at Costco. He prefers to have 2 a day, a breakfast greenie and a bedtime greenie. And so, yeah. Now we're just gonna spend a bit of time in the grass here, and hopefully you'll have a pee, and then I'll fuel up at the Costco gas bar and head out of town. Not super stoked on finding somewhere to stay after dark, but yeah, it's just, you gotta do what you gotta do. And in the winter, the days are so short. It's only like 5:30. It's completely nighttime. All right, I have made it to camp. It is 6:45. I'm so happy to be out of town. I drove about 35 miles west along the 395 out of Spokane, which is also the I-90 at this point. But I will be continuing on the 395 tomorrow when it turns and goes south through Oregon, which I'm very excited about. Also, as I turned off the dirt road about a mile before getting to this camp spot, my battery became fully charged, which is awesome. That means I've generated all the power I spent in the 5 nights at my parents' house. Although when I was there, I was just using my house power system for the lights, the heater, the fan, and the fridge. And then anything else like camera batteries and Starlink and phone, I had a power cord, extension cord plugged into the house. So it's good. I'm full of power. But my van it's such a disaster. So first of all, I have all my groceries. We will do a little haul in a little bit. I have my Starlink that I have not properly put away since leaving my parents. And then under this is more of a mess. Things I have not dealt with that just needed to be like down for driving. That's all of Frank's toys and all of Frank's treats. And then back here, I have this massive box of Element. Part of why my van is so full right now is that because I am going to be in the United States for about 4 months, a little over 4 months actually. And, you know, I can receive mail on the road, but it's challenging. So I can receive general delivery at post offices if the shipper is sending USPS. They will not receive couriers general delivery at the post office. So if the company sends courier, I need to know exactly which courier so that I can find an appropriate address to use for that courier. If it's UPS, that's easy. I can use a UPS pickup location. But some other couriers, it's a lot harder. So I need somebody's like home address where they can receive mail for me. And, you know, that's a lot harder in the US because I don't know a lot of people down here that will receive mail for me and then most likely forward it to me via USPS. And all that takes a lot of time. And part of what I want to do after I get down to Quartzsite and I experience all that is women's RTR and RTR, I want to be able to live a bit more spontaneous. So I just made sure I had what I needed, as far as I know, before leaving Canada, because in Canada, it's a little bit easier for me to receive mail because I can receive it at my parents' house and then they can just ship it however they ship it and I can receive it there. So I got resupplied with Element. It is going to be, it's going to be hotter down there. It's a little chilly tonight. I got a couple really cold nights up ahead. And then looking at the forecast, like I'm going to be in t-shirt. I got some skirts I'm excited to wear. I'm going to be sweating and I intend to hike a lot. I have really worked hard to improve my fitness over the past couple years and I want to keep that ball rolling, get fitter, and ideally I would really like to lose some weight. So I of course want to hydrate properly. I want to consume my electrolytes, and so that's where this box comes in. This box is sample packs. And I asked Element to send me a couple extra sample packs for the like stop motion animations that I do. And they sent me 101 sample packs. So needless to say, they're my favorite sponsor. And if you haven't heard me talk about Element before, who is the sponsor of this video, they are a super tasty electrolyte drink mix with a science-backed blend of electrolytes and none of that other BS you absolutely don't need in an electrolyte drink mix. I've been drinking Element for almost 2 years now, and before that, for many years, I drank other types of electrolytes, but once I got onto Element, there was no going back. It is by far the tastiest and the most effective. And the reason I drink electrolytes is because whenever you do anything that causes you to sweat, whether you're working or playing, you're losing electrolytes. And electrolytes do play a vital role in so many different functions within the body. And so I've noticed over the years that I not only feel better when I replenish the electrolytes lost due to sweat, but I also perform better. And if you'd like to give Element a try, you can go to drinklmnt.com/TIDELINETOALPINE. And when you do that and you make any purchase, whether it is the drink mixes or the sparkling beverage, you're going to get a sample pack included with your purchase. And the sample pack has 8 of their tasty flavors, so you can see which one you'd like to try next or share with a friend. And the great thing about this offer from Element is it doesn't matter how many times you've purchased from Element before. Every time you shop through my link, you're going to get the sample pack with purchase. So if you're a repeat customer like myself, make sure to come back, use that link, get the bonus sample pack, and it does really help support the channel. So with that said, thanks again to Element for sponsoring this video. So the groceries I've bought today, mostly at Trader Joe's and a bit at Costco, are intended to last me until I get to Las Vegas, which is about 8 days. And then I do have lots of other dried and canned goods in here. But I wanted to get a bunch of stuff that wouldn't really require cooking, so I can just enjoy the drive, filming, editing, and going for hikes and taking Frank out in his carrier. So, you know, I'm trying to like minimize the amount of time I spend cooking on this trip because it is going to be tiring. And I don't want to be completely exhausted when I get down to Quartzsite because it's going to be an experience being there. So at Costco, along with Frank's greenies, I got a thing of these immunity shots. I really, really enjoy like ginger cayenne shots. And so, yeah, I have one of these in here every day for the drive. And I just want to, you know, keep my immune system good and strong before I am around tons of people. Also got some green juices. These are cucumber, celery, grapefruit, chard, lettuce, lemon. So it does taste green, unlike AG1, which I do still drink every day. It's really delicious. It makes me feel good, but it does taste like pineapple. And I wanted something that tasted like actual green juice. I also got these carrots, like for snacking on the road and stuff, rainbow carrots, and they're already peeled, which is kind of weird. But I think between me and Frank, like we'll put these down super fast. I also got snacking tomatoes, which is what I call these little ones because I just end up just eating them like a fruit, which they are, as well as snacking cucumbers. So that's it for my Costco haul. Oh, actually, I got one more thing at Costco, but I'll wait until the end because it's not food. We'll do food first. So I got these for Frank, the beef recipe rolls. He does really like these from Trader Joe's, even though he has so many treats in here. Yeah, it's just gotta get them when I go past. I got some miso ramen. It's just good to have something quick and easy on hand. And I do know I have a couple really, really cold nights coming up, so I might want to dig into that. For breads, I got the ciabatta buns and the olive fugasse. So next I got some crunchy snacks for the road, and I decided to get everything but potato chips. I got some poppadoms, which I was snacking on earlier, so they're up front. I got some plantain crisps. I got some peas, some dried onion, which are so good. If you like onion, these are amazing. And I got giant Peruvian Inca corn. So those are all my like crunchy snacks for while I'm driving. And I'm just like showing you things and then tossing it back there. And I'll put it all away nice later. I got one thing of this herb and garlic pizza dough ready to cook. So when I have like a nice day, I'll cook this outside and enjoy that with something. But I'll probably eat some of the ready to eat bread first before I dive into that. I got a few cans of these dolmades, which are super good. Like you just open the can and eat them. I already had a few cans. I already have a bunch of cans of the baked beans and the chickpeas with parsley and the eggplant stuff. So those are all just really quick, ready to eat foods that, you know, you just have with like a piece of bread. It's a full meal. You don't have to cook anything, and it is shelf stable. So love these. This is something I always stock up on when I go to Trader Joe's. I also picked up a bunch of organic pumpkin, and I feed this to Frank. I put a couple tablespoons of pumpkin in his dinner every night to help with his digestion, and that just makes his guts a lot happier. This stuff is amazing. Vanilla almond spiced chai. It is a protein smoothie. You don't taste any sort of like protein in it, and it is vegan. It's a non-dairy beverage, and so I got one of these for every day of the drive between here and the next Trader Joe's, which will be in Las Vegas. So yeah, I think I have room in my fridge for all of these, but it is still going to be cold for a couple days, so I'll use the footwell down there to keep some more beverages cool. So that's this whole bag. I got a bit of avocado oil because I know I'm low on that, and my goal is to basically avoid grocery stores until I get to Las Vegas, and then I'll do like a huge stock up again before going to Quartzsite. I did get a lot of food. I'm very excited about it. Okay, I got a chocolate orange. I'm pretty sure it's white labeled Terry's chocolate orange. It's really good, and they were still there, so I got another one. I had one before Christmas. I got some butternut squash ravioli and some vegan spinach and cashew ravioli. Some pastas that are quick and easy to make. This is just celery and lemon, and honestly, I don't actually think it's very good, but I just drink one every time I go to Trader Joe's. It's just like tradition. They used to sell just celery, and I think it's better with the lemon, but not everyone agrees. But yeah, it's just something I do. I don't know. I don't know why, because it honestly doesn't taste great, but I think I got through the first one and my body was like, oh, I like this. And so I drink it more for my body than for my tongue. This is a new product I found at Trader Joe's today. I'm very excited about. That's going to be a quick, easy dinner. I got some maple syrup. I quite like this organic Vermont maple syrup, and it's a nice size bottle. If you've been around here for a while, you know I like to put maple syrup, lots of garlic and maple syrup in like a hash. So good. Bag of rice. I feed rice to Frank in his dinner as well. He gets like soaked kibble and some rice and pumpkin. What else we got? Ooh, coconut chickpea curry, kichari, kichari. I don't know. It looked good. So yeah, quick, easy to heat up. These would be good with the like dough. I could cook the dough and have those with those. So next up, I got some roast chicken breast. This is for Frank. It goes in his dinner with his rice and pumpkin and kibble. He loves chicken, and now that I have a fridge, I don't have to worry about him stealing it and having a big giant chicken belly, which he did when I started feeding him chicken. And I don't want to cook meat in here, so, or like, it's just hard to properly clean things living in the van. I don't have running water, and so yeah, I just buy Frank the pre-cooked chicken, and it goes a long ways. Okay, so this is something I'm very, very excited about. These are golden berries. I have only found these once in Canada ever, and they're so good, and they just feel so good to eat, and my body loves them. They're like a little sweet, but they're also like really tangy, and I like that. So I actually bought 4 of them, because I don't like see them in other grocery stores very often, and I'll probably eat like an entire container a day. So this is like 4 days of golden berries. I've been eating dried golden berries for years, but the fresh ones are just, if you have a chance to try them, I highly recommend it. I got this chimichurri sauce from Trader Joe's. Very, very good. And I will use this as pasta sauce on the raviolis. I'll just put some of this on. And yeah, it works. I also sometimes use the vegan Trader Joe's Caesar dressing or the goddess dressing as a pasta sauce. And that works really well. So I got some creamy cashew yogurt because I have some granola. So I figure that will be good. And also this mixed with the chimichurri sauce makes a great dip or salad dressing or whatever, however you want to consume it. It's really good. I got a couple of these Hatch green chilies, fire roasted. They're just so good in things, and so I'm just gonna buy a few every time I go to Trader Joe's, so I always have them on hand, because this is something I definitely want to have on hand when I end up back in Canada after my trip down here. I got myself some face masks. I really like these sheet masks. I have a couple other kinds. I got one at Christmas, and yeah, it's just like a nice way to kick back at the end of the day, especially going to the desert. I want to, like, you know, preemptively keep my skin healthy and moisturized. And it's already like a little dry right now. I think it didn't like some of the Christmas freckles I wore, but that's okay. So the last bag, I have organic pasture raised eggs. I got 2 of those. I have been eating eggs for a while now. I've honestly just kept it to myself because I know how some people are with those things and dietary changes, and it's something I want to talk about, and I'll get to it. I'll get to someday talk about why I have changed my diet, and how I feel after changing my diet. But I also cooked them for Frank. Next up, I got a few pre-made salads. I love pre-made salads. They're really easy. I'm gonna have one tonight. I got a big container of organic blueberries just to add some variety to my golden berries and all my snacking vegetables. Lemon basil pasta salad. This sounds so good. I'm gonna eat this tonight with a salad. That's gonna be dinner tonight. It's gonna be really good. Okay, I also got Mediterranean style orzo pasta salad. And I got, last but not least, I got some pre-made breakfast burritos, and then I'll just fry those in the pan so the outside's all crispy, and they're gonna be so good. So yeah, I'm really stoked on my Trader Joe's haul. Normally I would buy some treats, like some cookies or something like that, because Trader Joe's has lots of nice treats. But I left my parents with a big container full of Christmas cookies, so I'm pretty good on sweets. I also ate a lot of sweets at Christmas. So that is my grocery haul, and I got one more thing today when I was at Costco that isn't food, and that is a big speaker. It was on sale, and I have been wanting to get a big speaker. I have tiny Bluetooth speakers that I have been using as my stereo, like when I'm driving, when I'm in here, like in camp all the time. For years and years and years, I've just used tiny little Bluetooth speakers. And like, I don't have a stereo system in the van, so that is what I use when I'm driving. And so the ones I've been using, I have a pair of them, which is great because I can have like a stereo, but they're several years old now. They're like 4 or 5 years old, and the batteries like do not last near as long as they used to. They last maybe 2 hours. And so I wanted something with a better battery life and maybe like bigger sound, maybe better sounding sound. And so I had started to research speakers, and I got really, really overwhelmed, and I couldn't decide. Like, how do you choose when you can't listen to them? I walk into Costco, and this was on sale, and it had like really good reviews. I was like standing there looking at it, 20-hour battery. So I'm excited. So I'm going to charge that tonight, see how driving goes tomorrow. Well, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching that food haul. It's not something I do very often, but there's no grocery store I love more than Trader Joe's. Not only do I like the options that they have, but I like that there's not really any decision fatigue because I don't have to choose between different brands of the same item. I just buy the items I want. And so it's really easy, and it's just like a nice space for my brain in there, and it's always just really, really fun to go grocery shopping at Trader Joe's, at least in my world. And so, yeah, it was exciting to also share that haul with you. So thank you so much for sticking around. Today is day 1 of a 10-day drive. I am really looking forward to watching the environments change, getting out for some hikes, and sharing the entire journey with you, as well as different aspects of my life on the road over the next 9 days. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm going to be posting these videos 10 days in a row, starting today, which is New Year's. So happy New Year's. Thank you so much for joining me for the first day of 2025 and being a part of my life. It means so much to me. A huge thank you to patrons and to channel members, and I'll see you soon.